we turn to Shakespeare's history plays, specifically the story of Henry V, a king whose reign in Shakespeare's day was considered to be one of the high points of English history, with England finally conquering its seemingly eternal rival, France. Now, in the scenes you'll see performed today by students from Soochow University, Taiwan, you will see the majesty of kingship and also the difficulties of it. Moreover, you also notice the challenges of being a king are in some ways connected to the challenges of writing and performing a play as well. The two challenges are not all that unlike, because as both being a king and being a playwright use the power of rhetoric, or persuasive speech, to win the hearts of their audiences. Now, this performance is special in that it has been adapted culturally to make it an example of the Taiwanese performing arts. Specifically, we have the Taiwanese opera, Taiwanese flutes, and drumming styles as well. So this is obviously not something that Shakespeare could have dreamt of in his time. But if you think about this in terms of the many possible theatrical styles that a director has in his or her disposal, reinterpreting a play in this way can be very interesting as well. So, let's see what Soochow University Taiwan will bring us. Big hands.
Of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princess to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Then should the warlike Harry, like himself, assume the port of Mars, and at his heels leashed in like hounds, should famine sword and the fire crouch for employment. Gentles all, can this cockpit hold the vast fields of France? Or may we cram within this wooden O the very casks that did fry the air at Agincourt? Oh, pardon. Let us cipher through this great account on your imaginary verses work. Suppose within the girdle of these walls are now confined two mighty monarchies, whose high upreared and the button fronts the perilous narrow ocean parts asunder. For 'tis your thoughts that now must thick our kings, carry them here and there, jumping o'er times. For the which supply, admit me, chorus, to this history, who prologue like your humble patience pray. Gently to hear, kindly to judge our play. The messenger sent from the Dauphin. This, the Dauphin speaks, in answer of which claim the prince, our master, says that you savor too much of your youth, and bids you be advised. He therefore sends you meter for your spirit. This ton of treasure, and in lieu of this, desires you that the dukedoms that you claim hear no more of you. What treasure? Tennis balls. Tennis balls. Your Majesty. We are glad that Dongfang is so pleasant with us. His present and your pennies, we thank you for. When we have matched our rackets to these balls, we will in France, by God's grace, players that shall strike his crown into the hazard. Tell the Dauphin, I will keep my state. Be like the king and show me celebrators when I do rouse me in my throne of bronze. For that have I laid by my majesty, but will rise there with so full of glory that will dazzle all the eyes of France. And tell the blessed prince, this mock of his had turned his foes to gunstones, and his soul shall stand a sore charge for the wasteful vengeance that shall fly with them. Ayez to moi, mine shall serve. I will fetch thy rhyme out of thy throat in drops of crimson blood. For many 1,000 widows shall this his home. Mock out of their dear husbands, mock mothers from their sons, mock castles down, and somewhere yet ungotten and unborn, they shall have cause to curse the Dauphin's door. So get your hands in peace. Fare you well. Now, cheerly to see the signs of war advance, let every man touch his thoughts, that this fair action may on foot be brought. Now entertain conjecture of a time when creeping murmur in the pouring dark fills the wide vessel of the universe. Oh, now, who will behold the royal captain of these ruined bands? Walking from watch to watch, from tent to tent, forth he goes and visits all his hosts. Bids them good morrow with a modest smile and calls them brothers, friends, and the countrymen, large as universal, like the sun, his liberal eye that give to everyone though in cold fear. That mean and gentle all behold, as may unworthiness define, a little touch of Harry in the night. When the mind is quickened out of doubt, the organs, though defunct and dead before, break up their drowsy grave and newly move with casty stuff and freshly charity. Lend me thy cloak. Do my good moral. I and my bosom must debate a while.
Brother, is not that the morning which breaks yonder?
I think it be, but we have not great cause to desire the approach of day.
We see the yonder the beginning of the day, but we shall never see the end of it. Who goes there?
A friend.
Discuss unto me. Art thou officer, or art thou base, common and popular?
A gentleman of a company, as good a gentleman as the emperor.
What is thy name?
Harry Leroy.
I pray you. What thinks the king of our estate, Leroy?
As men wrecked upon a sand that looked to be washed off the next tide. Speaking to you, I think the king is but a man as I am. All his senses have but human conditions. His ceremonies lay by. In his nakedness, he appears but a man. But he sees the reason of fears as we do. His fears, out of doubt, be of the same relish as ours are.
He may show what our courage he will. But I believe, as cold the night as these, he could wish himself in a tied up to the neck. So I would he were, and I by him at all the ventures, so we were quit here.
By my troth, I think the king will not wish himself anywhere but where he is.
So I would he were here alone, and a many poor man's life saved.
Methinks I could not die anywhere so contented as in the king's company, his cause being just and his quarrel honorable.
That's more than we know.
Or more than we should seek after. For we know enough if we are king's subjects. If his cause be wrong, our obedience to the king wipes the crime of it out of us.
But if the cause be not good, the king himself had the heavy reckoning to make when all those legs and arms and heads chopped off in the battle shall join together at the latter day and cry out, "We die at such a place!" I am afeard there are few die well that die in a battle. Now, if these men do not die well, it would be a black matter for the king that led them to it.
This is not so. The king is not bound to answer the particular endings of his soldiers. For they purpose not their death when they purpose their services. Besides, there is no king be his cause, never so spotless, can try out with unspotted soldiers. Every subject's duty is the king's, but every subject's soul is his own. Therefore, should every soldier in the wars outlive that day to see his greatness and to teach others how they should prepare.
'Tis certain, every man that dies in you, yield upon his own head. The king is not to answer it.
I do not desire he should answer for me. Yet, I determine to fight for him.
I heard the king say he will not be ransomed.
You pray him then. Aye, he says so to make us fight cheerfully. But he may be ransomed when our throats are cut and we never the wiser.
If I live to see it, I will never trust his word after.
You will never trust his word after. The king? Come, 'tis a foolish saying.
Your reproof is something too round. I should be angry with you if the time were convenient.
Let it be a quarrel between us, if you live.
I embrace it.
Be friends, you fools, be friends. We have quarrels enough.
How shall I know thee again?
Give me any gauge of thine, and I will wear it. And if ever thou darest acknowledge it, I will make it my quarrel.
Here's my glass. Give me another of thine. This will I also wear, If ever thou come to me and say after tomorrow, this is my glove, by this hand I will take thee a box on the ear.
If ever I live to say it, I will challenge it.
Thou darest as well behand.
Well, I will do it, though I take thee in the king's company.
Keep thy word. Fare thee well.
Upon the king, let us our lives, our souls, our careful wives, our children, and our things lay on the king. We must bear all. Oh, hard condition! What infinite heart's ease must kings neglect that private men enjoy?
What art thou, save thou general ceremony, the idle ceremony?
Oh, ceremony! Art thou aught else but place, degree and form, creating awe and fear in other men? Wherein thou art less happy being feared than they in fearing?
No,
No,
I find it now, thou proud
dream that plays so subtly with the king's repose.
No, thrice gorgeous ceremony, for ceremony such a wretch.
Worthy of days with toil and nights with sleep, and the forehand advantage of a king. Oh, God of battles! Still my soldiers' hearts. Possess them not with fear. Oh, Lord, take from them now the sense of reckoning. If the opposed numbers lock their hearts from them.
Thus far, with wrath and all unable pen,
Our bending author hath pursued the story.
In little room confining mighty men, mingling by starts the full course of their glory.
Small time,
small time,
Small time,
but in that small, most greatly lived the star of England.
fortune made his sword, by which the world's best garden he achieved.
And of it laughed his son imperial lord.
Henry VI. In infant bands crowned King of France and England,
Did this king succeed?
whose days so many had the managing,
That they lost France,
And made his England bleed.
which of our stage has shown, and for their sake, in your fair minds, let this acceptance take.
Hello again. Now, wasn't that really quite stylish? Let's welcome again the team from Soochow University, Taiwan.
Okay, I'll go a bit.
Okay. However you want. Wow, that was a really interesting adaptation you have there. So, the cross-cultural adaptation actually worked quite well. I mean, did the experience change how you look at your culture in any way?
Yeah, and to be honest, like before, I don't take much focus on the Taiwanese opera, like the jerk generation. Yeah. So, but after I rehearse on it, I start to look more on the Taiwanese opera. And Taiwanese opera is like the only traditional form of traditional drama in Taiwan that is originated in Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah, and so before time it was an entertainment in the agricultural time, but then it become like our cultural heritage.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, Taiwanese opera in Taiwanese is guahi. That is how Taiwanese say. And when we learn the Taiwanese opera, we learn a lot of things like our stance like this, and our movement, and the fight, yeah, and so on. And we have a lot of fun on it. And we want to show the Taiwanese opera to you and present it artistically. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. It was really, really great. And also, you've told me earlier that one difference between Taiwanese opera and Cantonese opera is that in Taiwanese opera, a woman always plays the lead martial roles, which is in your case. So how do you feel about portraying a king as a woman?
At first, I thought that I cannot do it.
Okay.
Because as I'm just a 22-year-old girl, and I'm not a man, and I don't have the experience of being a king.
Okay.
So
obviously.
Honestly, it's very difficult for me to portray a king. But after learning the script, after all the rehearsals, and I found out that even as a king, he has the same characteristics of normal people. All his senses have human conditions. Yes, he is a human like me. So I start to find some maybe like experience like his experience. Like when I am confused, when I am facing difficulties, and I have the same feeling like him. So after all this, I think, well, being the king is not so difficult.
All right, thank you so much for showing us your play. Thank you so much. Some big hands again to the team from Soochow University, Taiwan. Thank you.